That didn't work. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Casual Boots 2023. I think this is Group X, and this is Poolfloat versus Malkier. This is their game 2, and yeah, they should be getting underway very shortly. We're just waiting, kind of, I guess, for their streams to kind of catch up with us. Oh, never mind. There they go. My name's Sherrock, and I'm joined with Pixcalibur. And we're going to be your comms for this evening. And Lumaga is tracking, and our restreamer, I think, is also Lumaga. So, the first little bit of Casual Boots is kind of a little boring. If you've done Casual Boots a lot, it's just run through escape as fast as you can. All that fun stuff.
Yeah, just they got boots. Now the sword's gonna be active right now. You okay? Uncle with nothing. So yeah, probably like the first 5 minutes, the same old standard stuff. So got a little time to just kind of see how this unfold after they get to the back to escape or to sink.
What we'll probably see is they're gonna. Well, you saw them going after the guards, at least on Poolfloat side. They're trying to find mostly bomb drops and maybe some red 20s to make going through Kakariko a little bit easier.
Yeah, because I think you need at least like 3 bombs or something.
In Casual Boots, you want at least 3 because you can bonk. Open the door that is to race game, but you want one for Blind's Hut, The Well, and Chicken Hut.
Okay, yeah, okay.
A little tidbit for those of you who may want to pick up this. There's a rock beside the fortune teller that if you bonk it, you can get a bomb. So if they don't find any that way, they might bonk that rock a couple times. It's a little slow, but if you really want a bomb.
And I think that bomb is guaranteed.
Yeah, that's a guaranteed bomb when you bonk that rock.
Like below the shovel spot, which I believe is like the 50-50 spot.
Yeah, the bushes below shovel spot. There's also a 50-50 in Kakariko as well, but it's like 4 or 5 bushes in beside the bomb hut. So it's a bit of a time sink to try to get that bomb to drop. I've gotten it a couple times, but I'm not that lucky.
It's always when you need it, you just don't get it for like 5 tries. 10 tries or something.
So a little bit of info on the runners, just because I happen to know them from racing. Malkier, like me, was in the Mentor tournament this year, and they joined the Casual Boots. Poolfloat was in the Mentor tournament last year, and is also my league teammate this year. So just to preface, I will probably dunk on him a little bit if he does silly stuff.
I kind of like the Casual Boots tourney. You got a lot of applicants for this year.
It's a really popular. Yeah. It's a really popular mode because it's really beginner friendly. Oh, there's Lumaga saying they mentored Malkier. No, that wasn't the week that they raced me. I don't think he mentored the week that Malkier and I raced. Yeah, the Mentor tournament is still ongoing. I don't know which bracket we're on, but that's another tournament you guys can think about if you're looking for more rando to watch. It's still ongoing, and it's great to see new faces learning the game. And a lot of them, like I said, they joined the Casual Boots tournament because it is beginner friendly. Like, you're still potentially going to get a Master Sword Ganon. It's happened. I've seen it. It's not great. But It's definitely a more beginner friendly than some of the other modes that we know are out there.
Yeah, because like Master Sword Silverless game, it's just never fun. Even for veteran players, it's just never fun. But yeah, I mean, you see them; they can do it. A lot of them seemingly without much trouble. But I know in their mind, it's like I kind of wish I had like even just like tempered or something to make it a little bit easier because it's just very tedious otherwise.
Yeah. Chat noticing that Pool is having a very clean escape. Pool's been around for quite a few years, so he's kind of learned a little bit more probably than Malkier in terms of the dash lines in Escape. I don't even know them, but sometimes just RNG kind of gets it too. The rats will just decide to hit you.
Yeah. Oh, Saint card already. Kind of close to vanilla, but not quite.
We like to call that French vanilla.
And the Dark Cross had a shovel, so they'll just route that check in at some point. So
I can see a lot of people, if they get shovel early, they'll just run down to the shovel spot after doing not dig game. I'm thinking Dark World already. Race game. So
it's kind of
Tool not forgetting Bonk Rocks. I have watched a lot of runners forget Bonk Rocks' existence in casual boots because any other mode you don't.
Ooh, yeah. That
definitely don't want to forget that. If you're cheering on Malkier, hope they don't forget that Bonk Rocks exists.
So yeah, the nice thing with the casual boots is at least you start with the boots, so you learn to just go there. It's like, say, if you just play a regular open scene, yeah, you could. If you don't get boots for a while, you easily forget them. Yeah, I've seen people just forget some of these checks.
Malkier forgot Bonk Rocks.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't trying to jinx them, I swear. Commentator's curse.
Hopefully we'll come back at some point. Okay, Lumberjack, nothing. That's good. Yeah, okay, clearly see that 50 rupees, so no Aga one for that reason. Light World check was, I believe, a couple of regular crystals, Eastern and Desert, and a red crystal in Hera. And ooh, there's a lamp. Okay, that's nice to have on hand. Don't have to worry about those dark rooms, because something like, Pod, Meyer, dark rooms, those are not friendly.
You know what lamp also means? We're one step closer to Aga 1.
Yeah, so if you're looking for either a cape or another sword, that's hopefully not going to be doing Aga for just Dark World access.
I want to say there's like some sort of statistics about it, that casual boots does have an increased chance of it being Aga 1 required. And like there I was saying about that Bonk Rock that has bombs. It's a bit slow, but it's guaranteed bombs.
Yeah, I think so. Both of them are.
Looks like Malkier doesn't know about that bonk spot, okay. So they might go just straight down and buy bombs.
Okay, that's fine. That's not uncommon. A lot of people actually do that. Tavern. Let's see. Nope. Arrows. Blinds house. Let's see if any bombs in here. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be a bailout there. A bottle. Yes, nice. Red boomerang. And, well, gonna buy bombs. We're gonna find out that Blind House actually did have... Oh, boy, more bombs.
Bombs for bombs. Everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing, too, is Malkier now no longer has... Or they might still, if... I believe there's 30... they should have enough as long as they pick up all the pots in Blind's Hut and the Well.
Yeah, which I think they will, since you gotta work towards Zora and pod money anyway, so might as well pick up extra cash.
Ooh, nice mirror.
Ooh, okay. Good mirror there. Oh, okay, well that's a nice place for that flute.
Yeah, this is definitely turning into a Stackerico.
Yeah, so that flute gives mountain access. Actually, that's a full Hera clear because they just got the mirror. So it's full Terra access and
It definitely is potential to go to Death Mountain, but at least for like I run with Pool all the time, so I know he tends to put off the mountain until potential hookshot.
I mean, yeah, that's reasonable because it's not a lot of checks on the mountain otherwise. Probably in this case, he can Poolfloat can just full clear Eastern, and it's a crystal.
Yeah, there's gonna be South Shore and Eastern before they even touch the mountain. Unfortunately for Malkier, if they don't remember Bonk Rock's existence, that could be a double dip of Eastern.
It'd be worse if, like, if the other bow is like in GT. That's a real bad thing. So you gotta find that one bow. Sick kid. Ooh, that's nice to see. So that will help for Moldorm and
yeah, that's tempered sword damage, so not gonna have to sit there and yeah, that also does open up the other side of Dark Mountain too. Oh, he forgot to activate his flute, I think.
No, I think who didn't Malkier didn't activate?
I don't think
did act. I think Poolfloat did activate. Oh, we can see when the menu. Let's see.
Okay, he activated. Okay, so Malkier didn't though. Both runners skipping that 20. Okay, so Pool did activate it. It's so hard watching two screens at once.
It's hard to keep track of it, and
that's why Lumaga's here. He's here to track for us.
Yeah, you imagine doing commentary and doing the tracking. That's really hard to do.
Oh yeah, Pool is skipping Shovel. I don't blame them, especially with Mirror. You can route Shovel in with your Dark World route, your little loop when you do Stumpy. So I can see that being a reasonable thing. You kind of want to pull some things together. Oh yeah, Malkier did remember. We just gotta hope they eventually remember those bonk rocks exist. But that's what I'm saying. When you're doing more than just one mode, like I've even done it where I've been playing open for too much, and then I do a casual boots, and it's like, oh yeah, bonk rocks exists. Yeah, Bonk Rocks is where the bow was. Unfortunately, Malkier forgot that Bonk Rocks existed. Let's see if they catch it now.
Actually, looking good here. Looking good here.
Oh. Okay, we're good. Whew. Everybody, sighs of relief.
Good to remember it now. Yeah, we're happy to see that, so...
A little bit of diversions here.
Yeah,
South Shore going straight to Eastern for Malkier.
Let's see. Oh, there's the boots.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, is that Ice Rod?
Ice Rod.
Okay.
Well,
the Discord screen's a little small, so I'm like, is that red or blue?
Yeah, I think that looked blue. I think that was Ice Rod. So I guess we're going to see TR Pendant Turtle Rock, I guess.
He'll be happy about that. We did a multi-world earlier, and it turned into an Ice Rod hunt for both of us. It was not fun.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now we start getting a little worried about Aga. There's your Master Sword in the closet. Okay, Green Pendant Meyer. Okay. So, you got a Master Sword, you got a lamp. That's logical Aga, and hoping... Oh, the other Boomerang. Now, if they pick up another sword, that I get really worried about Aga, because a lot of times when I see a lamp with, like, tempered or even gold sword, that's, like, pretty much an Aga, like, most of the time.
Yeah, they're both gonna go to Eastern at this point. Makes sense. It's a crystal, get it done. First crystal, less than 20 minutes, always nice. That's the other thing about casual boots that's really nice is usually, let me preface this with usually, they're pretty quick. I have seen the over 2-hour casual boot scenes, so it is a possibility.
Yeah, those are like just some logic nightmares, and without boots, it'd probably be even longer. You'd be walking around for like 2.5 hours or something. Especially if like boots are in like Ganon's tower. So we have 3 chances here. I mean, that first item was just a red 20, so at least this is a full cleared in logic, including the big key chest, which a lot of times, in a lot of these seeds, you just don't have the lamp. But most people can do the dark room just fine. It's just not in strict logic. But in this case, everything's in logic.
Yeah, when it comes to Eastern Palace, I always find the lamp is merely a suggestion. Okay, that's 2 items. Those shield haters are not gonna be happy.
Especially early on. Can't avoid the... Oh, it's gonna be... yeah, Fidel, big key. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Can't avoid the shields.
I forget who it is who's got the no mirror shield, like the mirror shield crossed out emote. But if you guys have them, feel free to spam it.
I know at least a couple people who are just do not like it. Like they see a shield to just lay down bombs, and they just do not try to lose the shield on purpose. Because it lags the game a bit.
Yeah, like personally, I think the fire shield, so the one that Malkier has right now, there's Rick's shield exploding perfect. The fire shield really comes in handy when you're fighting blind and you don't know the script, aka me, because I don't know the script.
Yeah, being able to block fireballs is actually always helpful. I mean, mirror shield can be helpful for the edge case of like laser bridge if you don't have a cane or cape and you're not used to kind of squeezing by the lasers, which is can be a little bit tricky.
Laser skips are not easy. I give kudos to those who can do them consistently.
Alright, so that is an empty Eastern. Okay, so your Aga 1's starting to become a little bit... moving up the list a little bit here, because Agina had just a bottle. So they got the dig spot. They actually might run the shovel after this. Actually, just get that before going to the mountain. Because even though the shovel is going to be a little bit isolated in this case, but if you find a glove or the moon pearl under the shovel spot, you're kind of going to need that. It's a nice, quick Armos fight for Malkier, getting that first crystal in at 19 minutes, and poolfloat will be following just a few seconds behind.
Okay, so Malkier, I'm not sure. Oh, choosing the mountain before South Shore. I'm not sure I would do that myself, but
I mean, at least I don't think there was anything major on South Shore. There was the blue mail that was on the drained swamp. And pool float also heading to the mountain, going for the high density of checks. So you got the old man, you got Spec Rock, a Hera, all of East Death Mountain. So that's at least a fair number of checks. Hopefully can find a... Well, gotta get the Moon Pearl first. Okay,
Ooh,
bombos. That's nice, but not what they need at this moment.
No, but that could also
useful.
mean early Ice Palace. Ooh.
Yeah, they get flippers and some mitts, yeah. Or at least mitts, for sure.
Yeah, for Ice Palace, flippers are merely a suggestion, because most runners know how to fake flipper in that area.
Mm.
You won't find your flippers there, obviously, but... Oh, and... Okay, medallions.
So, already 2 out of 3. I mean, Meyer is a pendant, so... But may need to go into that. Turtle Rock, we're not going to know for a while. Poolfloat going for a pretty tricky bomb jump here. Gets it. That one I think is pretty hard because it looked to be 3 tiles. You got to move over. So that's
yeah, it's not frame perfect, but it is definitely one of the more challenging ones. If you know the setup, it actually feels kind of free. But it's also really easy to mess up too. But if you can get it, it does save you a few minutes, like a couple seconds. Which, I mean, you guys can see that just based off the fact that he was able to enter Hera before Malkier. No hook shot, so no Hera pot today. I'm sure Pool won't be happy about that. He enjoys the new free Hera pot setup that actually a mentor tournament player from last year, Bread, found. So that's kind of cool. It's nice to have a easier setup for Hera pot now.
Yeah, you really want as like little RNG as possible on some of these tricks. If anything you can get more like consistent setups, that's easier to get with, do that practice rather than just like RNG. You can't really practice for that.
Neither runner happy to see that key, because that means there could be an item in the basement.
So it's 50-50 now, so Moldorm's going to have either the other item or I think the map. And if it's the map, I'm pretty sure they're both going to do basement. You got to just get this out of the way.
It's one of those checks that either you consistently just do it, or you're constantly skipping it. And there's been a lot of races decided by skipping Hera basement. And they don't have to worry about it.
Okay, let's get early red mail. Alright, so it's always nice to have that extra defense for just insurance later on. But yeah, the Hera basement, I mean, early on, I think I tend to see more people inclined to do it because you're just missing so much stuff. But it's like at the end of a seed, that's, oh boy.
End of a seed. Moldorm's being a bully.
Yeah, at the end of a seed, that's when Hera basement you have to really decide whether to do it or not.
There we go. Malkier
Alright.
getting their revenge.
Malkier again the rematch win. Oh, okay,
Ooh,
there's
fire
the
rod.
fire rod money. Okay, so money is not an issue.
So the real question is TR another pendant? Because you
Oh,
got
you got
both now. That
double
usually like
rods.
just screams like TR is a pendant.
Waiting for Samaria to come in.
Oh,
Oh,
we got
okay,
tempo
now
though. And there's the flippers. Okay.
Okay, glove. Okay,
Everything on the mountain today.
absolutely stacked. Wow, lots of money. Oh,
Okay.
wow. Okay, that's one of the most stacked paradox caves I've ever seen.
I'd say the same. Aga is definitely dead. No one's going to touch Aga 1 ever.
I think when I first saw that.
That is crazy. I was like, oh, temper sword, that's nice. And it just kept going. It just wanted to keep giving. Yeah, that's like OG Hype Cave stuff before the new update and Hype Cave became dead.
It's like pure 10, that's true 10 out of 10 cave. When I first saw that Temper Sword, I'm thinking, oh man, that's not good to see Temper Sword, Lambda, say Aga 1 might be in play here. Then 5 seconds later, you see a glove and the Moon Pearl in one package.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. That is quite the cave. So now the question is, do they route? No, they are deciding to do South Dark Worlds.
Yeah,
first.
no, they're not gonna. Yeah, Shovel, they're not gonna do. That's just gonna be routed in with Stumpy. Full Dark World access at this point. So Paradox was what, 2/300s, a Fire Rod, Glove, Moon Pearl, Sword, and something else.
It was just nuts. That's crazy.
Okay, so this Hype Cave, I'm not going to be expecting anything that good.
Oh
here,
no,
right?
this Hype Cave is definitely going to be like a -10.
So, okay, start with bombs. Let's see it. Maybe it'll defy our. Oh my goodness, an arrow, 20 rupees. More bombs.
Yeah,
yeah.
Not even close. So way back in one of the original versions of the randomizer, for some reason, this cave always had stuff in it, and that's why it was nicknamed the Hype Cave. And then one of the newer updates, for some reason now this cave is usually just garbage. So it's... I don't know if we should petition to rename it. But then again, we still haven't renamed Cave 45 after all this time, so...
And with Dark World check, so were we even surprised that Turtle Rock is a pendant?
No, not at all. Not at all. The minute you get 2 rods really early, it's definitely a pendant. That's just the rules.
So Turtle Rock, Ice Palace is the other pendant, and then Myra's the green. So the levels 5, 6, 7 in vanilla are your pendants for today. But
okay,
yeah, not even surprised.
So what we need go mode wise is for sure hookshot. And I honestly think that might be it.
Mitts.
Oh yeah, and Mitts for Ice Palace. So Mitts, hookshot, potentially Cane of Samaria, because if Big Key of GC is only on the left side, they don't need Cane of Samaria.
So possibly Cane, possibly Book, depending on desert access. Oh, never mind, I got the book. Well, that's a...
They really... Yeah, I was gonna say, if they get... Yeah, it's either Book or Titansmith would have given them...
Because, I mean, if the book is... if the Mitts are in desert, then, yeah, Book would be hard required.
Yeah. Apparently we're just, calling everything right now.
I think the book, yeah, we mentioned the book, it just came up, the pendant TR. We mentioned that a few times, of course it comes out pendant TR.
It's the commentator's curse.
I'm trying to think if Pedestal can even have anything at this point. Because Meyer TR pendants lock out a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I would say... Hookshot.
Yeah, I think Hookshot
can be hookshot's the only thing on the table for pedestal.
Yeah, because Kana Samaria can't be there. The cape was just found, so at least that takes that out. So Bumper Lich could have something.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Lumaga reminding us that Ice Palace logic is a thing that only like the greatest runners of this thing can understand. I don't even pretend to understand Ice Palace logic.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how it works. It might depend on the small keys. Like, if you don't have any small keys, then, like, if, like, both keys are on the right side, or, like, you have to use, like, a key to get
I don't
past
even
the...
pretend. I'm like, I don't understand Ice Palace logic. I'm not even gonna try.
Like, I think if, let's say the first chest is a small key, then I think you're fine, because you could just open
Oh,
there's your miss! Oh my
mitts.
gosh, that's loaded. Okay.
Okay, that's
So-
just really good routing luck on pool float side, because it makes getting into Vu a lot faster. Because they don't have to route around. Like, they don't have to go in through the woods and then hammer the pegs down and route in that way.
Wait, so are we
Exactly,
serious?
Rick understands what I'm talking about.
There's some logic.
Yes, Samaria can be seen in Ice Palace. I've also seen the hammer in Ice Palace. Ice Palace Big Chess, actually, I think was one of my races against Malkier.
Yeah.
It was
Ice
awful.
Palace. The only place it can't be is Cold Stare.
Cold Stare, and then the chest that's actually hammer locked in the room beside that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the Kana Samaria on the big key chest, like right past the icebreaker, just to taunt the runners.
Or I love seeing it left side Swamp Palace.
And there's nothing ever good on that. You never want to see left side swamp with anything. I mean, I've seen the hook shot a few times there. That's just never nice to see that.
Hammer and iced tea. Oh, that's not nice.
Yeah, because let's say the whole like specky clip thing. You know, if you have the hook shot on left side swamp, well, that's the kind of guaranteed way to block all the runners from doing that.
I actually did the specky clip for the first time today. It was fun.
I mean, I think it does save a little bit of time if you can get it consistently. But if you can't get it, then I don't think it costs too much time to just do it the normal way, but 10, 15 seconds or something like that. It's like a cutscene. So right now, are we really just potentially just a hook shot from go mode at this point?
Hook shot, and yeah, that's it. Unless we need Samaria for GT. It's really only hook shot. Like I said, some of these seeds are really, really fast. I think I saw Gilgamesh do a sub 1 hour just the other day.
Okay, yeah, that's really fast, yeah. I think anything under like maybe like 110 is already really almost like a jet seed caliber already. I mean, under hour, that's just like everything just handed to you. The routing, it's almost you just take like one straight line and everything comes at you.
Yeah, I was watching while I was at work, and I got like one phone call, and I go back, and I'm like, oh, you're done already. Okay.
You have to like rewatch the seed and see like what, like how did they go that fast?
2 boss fights. Oh, Mothula being a bully. Oh, be careful. Oh, they have a potion. Okay.
Alright, so that shouldn't be an issue. Pool float taking out Helmasaur. Okay, there, Malkier taking down that moth. I mean, that fight's just never pretty. It's not just... It really isn't Mothula that's the problem, it's the room.
It's, yeah, if you do Randomizer and Mothula's in any other room, it's like, okay, Time to slash at the moth a couple times, but it's just that moving floor and the spikes. But a little tidbit of knowledge for anybody who isn't a runner, but may be interested. The spikes are guaranteed to deal 1 heart of damage. So if you're gonna get hit, try to get hit by a spike and not Mothula.
Yeah, I mean, in this case, actually, it would have been. It's actually better to get hit by Mothula, but this is a rare case where you got Red Tunic. Normally, yeah, you want to get hit by the spikes. And if you have the Blue Tunic, it doesn't even matter. It's just 1 heart no matter what.
I've been having to practice too much low percent to prepare for League, so I've been trying to get better at getting hit by spikes instead of Mothula. Oh, I think Malkier is a little lost. Okay,
there we go. Going back in the right way. And, well, just more money on the dig spot. I'm pretty sure they don't need more cash whenever you see
they've opted not to pick it up.
Whenever you see 4 digits of rupees, I'm pretty sure they don't need any more.
And more money.
Just trying to see when they're gonna even consider like doing water checks at this point. They maybe with catfish, but even that's just if you're just looking for a hook shot, they're probably just gonna start clearing crystal dungeons first. See, maybe the hook shot lands in there.
It's all about the ABCD. Always be clearing dungeons. If you can do a crystal, you usually want to do the crystal. So I can guarantee once Pool is done digging, we're heading up to Vu and gonna route in. What I can see Pool doing right now is doing Thieves Town and then doing Skullwoods and then wrapping it into the North Dark World checks, which a lot of times get orphaned because they're just really out of the way.
Okay, so it's gonna get rid of a Smithy chain first. That's actually not a bad idea because that's going the other way from North Hyrule. So might as well get this group of checks out, and then we'll probably route all the North checks. And
yeah, he's probably not gonna do purple chest. It's gonna be my guess anyway. All right, Malkier heading into Thieves Town.
I mean, that could be paired in with Bombo's tablet, I guess.
It's tough when you have, like, the whole seat open to you. It's hard to decide how you want to route it in the moment. And another shield.
Wait, that's your last shield right there. So
if Malkier does Smith Chain, they're getting mirror shield.
Trying to figure out where's the shield that poolfloat missed.
I don't know. Does anybody remember where the other shield was? Oh, the Lost Woods, so the drop down, so he...
Oh, he skipped it, yeah.
He just was like, nah, I don't want it.
Yeah, he saw it and skipped it, yeah, would have had that
there's
shield that just lags everything.
There's a new running gag in the community that I've heard recently, that if anyone gets a shield, it's like, oh, I gotta reset the run now. Reset the seed.
Right now, well, as long as you don't get the mirror shield, the other 2 shields you can just go to the little pumpkin enemy and just have it eat it, so take it away from you.
Oh, the legs.
Yeah.
Or not the, yeah.
Well,
kind of
yeah, whatever. But yeah, if you get the mirror shield, yeah, you get the mirror shield. Nothing you can do about that. That's not going away.
Okay, Malkier, gotta be a little careful. Hellway not being very nice.
It's not good when, yeah, a lot of the stuff there is just does flat damage. So even with red mail, he's still taking a full heart from a lot of the stuff there.
These rats are they're crickets, but we call them the Dark World rats. They can be very vicious. I think Malkier is a little worried and a little flustered. I don't think they've checked their stun prize yet, so hopefully they remember to check, because it could be a heart. Oh.
Oh.
At least it wasn't in the attic, so there's some saving grace there. It always sucks to die in the attic, because you gotta go all the way back up.
Yeah, I mean, I think probably still have to at least hit the switch again. At least that's a little bit less time.
The Hellway is never pleasant unless you have cape and just cape through it. There is like what they call the god pixel that you can dash through. I don't think I've ever gotten it myself, but I've seen it and it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I think what you're talking about. I think if you get like right in the center and you just dash straight up, and that's not easy because a lot of times you'll just hit one of the spikes.
It looks like Mal is trying to get it.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit to the left there, it looked like. Yeah, because I mean, yeah, I've seen some runs where some of the runners, some of the like really expert players, they just line up. They know they've lined up. They don't even have to like try to tweak a little bit to the left or right. They just get right to the center and they just dash straight.
Oh, always nice to see. The small key has locked itself in the big chest. So if you don't get the key before this chest or at this chest, the small key has locked itself in the big chest because Blind can't have it. I don't know why Blind can't have it, but she just can't.
I mean, I'm guessing probably more of a quality of life thing. They probably have it set that way. Because it really sucks that you get the small key from, let's say Blind would have a small key and then you have
gotta
to
go all the way back.
Yeah, all the way back. And imagine, say, a progression item is in that big chest. That's minutes wasted for everyone. And that going back, double dipping it in for that one check is not something people like to do. Alright. Poolfloat taking out Blind. Oh yeah, mushroom, okay.
Hopefully not too far behind. Be careful.
Yeah, it doesn't have the
one
cape.
More hit. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah.
We're
didn't
good.
Didn't have the cape there, but gets to it just fine.
I love watching more experienced runners that know the script do the script because it looks so cool. And I've been told it's easy, but I'm skeptical. Only because I can't do it.
I think it is. Well, when you see it, it's like the same movement. So I guess it's once you get it to like muscle memory, it's just it becomes very fluid. It's just the same thing every time. But yeah, I would think it takes at least some practice. Probably just have to run it a few times and.
Yeah, the
really
practice hack. I'm sure a lot of the experienced runners have spent a lot of time in that practice hack.
Probably with like every boss, like probably just practicing. I think I've heard of people like, let's say Mothula. They just see how long can they survive in that group. They don't try to damage Mothula. They just dodge around and see how long they can last, just to practice surviving there. that's kind of what you need to do when you're really doing this, and it's just being able to.
Especially like, if you ever get stuck in a fighter sword fight with Mothula. Ooh, it's never fun. 0 out of 10 stars. Don't recommend. Fighter sword with any boss is awful.
Yeah, especially when you don't have backups of any kind, like no magic, or let's say Vitreous, you don't have silvers, or it's not even a bow. It's really bad.
I once did a Randomizer that had cold stare on, or not cold stare, Vitreous on the Tower of Hera, and I only had fighter sword. And that was my required progression. And I'm like, well, I'm not finishing this seed.
Oh. Could you find anything else? I mean, if you could find anything else, you would just go with that.
I full cleared the game. Other than that, and I'm like, okay, there's the progression. I even checked the spoiler log, and I was like, no, I'm not doing it.
At that point, you probably just end up going with like bomb strats or something. Just throw a bunch of bombs, hope that you can take out the small eyes quickly enough. But then even with the big eye, that's a lot of hits with that.
It wasn't pleasant because you can't even. It has to be spins.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. Don't recommend it.
Well, maybe you can get the big eye stuck around the middle hole or something. But it's still, that yeah, I cannot see that being a pleasant fight at all. And yeah, as you said, any fighter sword.
Yeah,
check.
Honestly, like, I don't like swordless, but I'd at least rather have the hammer.
Okay,
and
so
nothing
pedestal
on
is nothing. That's good. So might not need to dependence here. The potential of that is if that hookshot comes around.
Hookshot and rip head. Samaria. Sorry, chat.
Yeah, pedestal was kind of like on a lifeline there. Just had to be a hookshot. They were looking for the hint to say like boing boing or something.
Malkier, you're doing big bomb already. That's pretty cool. Let's see what we got. So for Gomon, we are for sure needing hookshot, and depending on GT big key placement, we might need the Cane of Samaria. Because we need hookshot for Swamp Palace, and that's kind of it. And if the GT big is on left side of GT, then we don't need Cane of Samaria. But if it's right side, then unfortunately you do need the Cane of Samaria for that. Another bottle. Oh, and speaking of Cane of Samaria, there's...
Never mind that.
So...
Never mind. Okay. Actually, that may not have been the best thing to see there, actually, to be honest, because that opens up TR.
Yeah, I was gonna say they might end up in TR if they go back up the mountain after they get their Titan's mitts. Oh, it's not a problem. Happy to play catch up with you. Not a bother at all. We're doing a little bit of overlapping checks on Malkier's side anyway. Pool float checking some new stuff that we haven't seen yet. So like I said, that's what I thought he would do, route in the north checks, and he might swim over to Catfish. Because I don't believe they've done Catfish yet.
Yeah, they're gonna probably route that in with all the water checks, Zora checks, and all that stuff. So that's actually nice smooth line there.
Yeah, sometimes routing just works out. Oh, mushroom, absolutely nothing.
Alright, got tons of money, start buying bottle potions. Got all this cash.
Okay, graveyard ledge. Oh, okay.
Oh.
So this could be a thing for Malkier, is if Cane of Samaria is required for GT big, and Pool opts to not do Pyramid Fairy at any point like that. That could be an Ice Palace dip. Yeah, there is hope for the Malkier fans.
Let's see. Yeah, you can see if now pool float's going to be.
I think Pool is still going to keep opening because he knows that Canis Amaria is still potentially required.
Yeah. So if he does, at some point go to Pyramid Fairy, maybe after like Swamp does Pyramid Fairy, then yeah, that's very clean at that point.
Opting what? I'm confused. What are you doing, Pool?
Swamp.
Yeah, I think he might be doing Swamp.
It's just gotta take that hook shot along, clear dungeons. Yeah, because going to Meyer because Meyer's a pendant, no need for him to do that. So it's like he's thinking
probably.
Well, he could just backdoor into desert at any point. That's fine.
Yeah, it looks like he's like banking on something being here. Yeah, so Malkier's been doing a lot of the overworld checks, I think, whereas Pool has been... I mean, he's been routing the overworld, but it's just the way that Pool routed has worked out in his favor. Because he went to pod first, which allowed him to have an easier time routing the Dark World, because Titan's mitts were in there. Yeah, this might be where Pool thinks to check the pyramid, like Pyramid Fairy after this. There's not really a more consistent time, or not consistent, a more efficient time.
Wait, I forgot what was the Titan's mitts were in. Was that in pod, right?
Yeah, Titan's mitts were in the Rupees room in pod.
Yeah, okay, yeah, book was there as well.
I'm trying to figure out why he can't do Desert Palace. My brain is mushy. We're gonna see a Specky clip. There.
Specky,
oh, he missed it.
Pixel off there.
He's gonna keep trying. If I can do it, I know he can. There we go.
There we go, okay. I think it's probably just like a pixel off the first couple times. Yeah, because I think he thinks, I know he knows a desert. He could just do it at any point. Just flute over the number 6 and just could just mirror from Meyer at any point. Might as well just get rid of this first. I'm pretty sure Pool Float's not going to do... Ooh, yeah, that's nice to get. I'm not going to do a left side swamp, I don't think.
It's tough. Like I said, if Canis Samaria is required, that is a huge advantage to Malkier. Because it could be a while before Pool Float gets to Pyramid Fairy. But in Pool Float's advantage, Canis Samaria isn't going to keep them from finding... Like, they're not going to end up going into Pendant TR looking for Hookshot, which Malkier could.
Yeah, so at least if he has to find Samaria, that takes out all of TR, so that's already completely out of the game. Part of Meyer's out, the back part of Meyer's out. And that's about it, so...
This is definitely, like, turning into a very interesting race. Honestly, with the way that Malkier has been routing, I feel like they would do Graveyard Ledge before the dungeons just because they seem to have been favoring overworld checks versus the dungeons. But Graveyard Ledge is also a really annoying check to get to. It's just kind of obnoxious to route. Okay, so we're getting Bombo's tablet.
Well, it's a medallion. It's just not the vanilla one, but that's all medallions there.
Okay, so now he's gonna go into desert. He's gonna focus. Yeah, as Rick stated, this race is definitely defined by that Kana Samaria find. It's tough because like it could mean absolutely nothing, and pool float could just get lucky and it's on the left side and it doesn't matter. But we obviously don't know that until like pool float just decides, you know what, forget it, I'm going into GT, which is definitely possible. This is his last crystal, I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's almost at the full 7 here. But
yeah, I think this is it. And the question is, does he go digging for Samaria more, or just be like what other people do sometimes? And if they know they're in go mode, but they're missing a medallion, they'll be like, I'm just gonna pretend I'm in go mode and just go for the medallion as if I'm like go for the dungeon even if I'm not in go mode, or if that makes any sense. Words are hard.
He's just to say I'm go mode. The Samaria does not exist. Because he's got
a lot of people will do that with boots as well. Like if we're playing a not boots mode, they'll just pretend that the torch in GT doesn't exist and hope that that's not where the big key is.
Yeah, if it's there, then it's a whole nother story. Just bad.
I'm kind of disappointed though. Pool hasn't done anything that I can dunk on him for yet.
Yeah, I think he's been very clean.
It's really disappointing me.
Now, if he happens to do, for some reason, let's say he will flute. Let's say he flutes to 4 and does Pyramid Fairy. I'm going to be very impressed because that's very thorough. That is very thorough, and that's going to lock it in.
I'm not sure if he would though, but maybe, because I feel like that might be his only. No, he didn't do purple chest. But I have a feeling he's not going to do purple chest. I wouldn't touch purple chest if I was Pool.
Yeah, that's out of the way now. He's not gonna do that. Okay, gain some potions, that's fine. Blue potions, got tons of money. Yeah, I can't see him. Yeah, purple chest is gone.
No, you want, if you don't have half magic, you're definitely gonna want to get some potions. Especially because you don't have silvers.
I thought he has silvers. He has silvers.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, he does. It's just not marked on the tracker. Never mind.
That was in Swamp, the waterfall chest.
Oh, right. It is time, as Rick is pointing out, it's time for the GT Big Key guessing game, which may or may not get finished, depending on which side of GT the Big Key is on.
Okay, so we have a guess from, let's say, 0. At this point, it's 1 through 17.
Yeah, it's tough. Okay, so there's 22 checks in GT that could have the big key. This is just a little awkward because we only actually have access to so many of them at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's a tile room and the compass room 4 chests. So yeah, so it's 1 through 17. You could say 0. That's actually totally fine because that means it's outside. You need to find Samaria. And then
okay, so I always pick 13 because it's my favorite number, but that's just me. Looks like we've got DM'd room. See, he's still checking. He's gonna check these Dark Death Mountain checks, and that's completely makes sense. you want to think you're in go mode, but you might as well check the stuff along the way. He's being surprisingly thorough. It's really, that placement for Samaria is so weird. It's such a weird location, and there's butter.
That's a consolation prize right there. So Ganon is going to be no issue today. Completely decked out on gear, gold sword, silver arrows, red tunic. Guess we're just missing cost magic, which is just for convenience, if anything.
Okay, so GT guessing game over. Let's see if we can actually find the GT big. This is a really interesting race. I am really glad I signed up to come this super last minute.
Like the drum rolls here.
Oh yeah, this is...
It's gonna take a while, but you get to the drum roll in the basement. The actual Ice Armos basement, if no big key. Okay, 1 and 2.
No, not there. You couldn't even actually go right side right away. Man, this is really... This is rude.
Okay, number 3.
Yeah, so that room right there, on that bottom left pot, there's a button that you have to press down with a Cane of Samaria block. So, and Malkier has Cane of Samaria, and poolfloat does not. So we don't know if Pool is actually in go mode, but he is playing as he is. Also, welcome on in Raiders. You're in at the very interesting, potentially end of a seed. It's really weird.
Oh no, never mind. That's it.
Nope.
GG.
Never mind.
GG. That's gonna be GG here. That's number 7 for that.
Yeah, number 7. Still, that is a very interesting scenario.
So we have a torso.
Yeah, unfortunately he didn't need it. His routing just worked out in his favor.
Yeah, it's just I don't think he's done anything wrong. It's just all perfect here.
No, like I said, I can't even dunk on him. He was like, oh, he gave me full permission to and everything, and I got nothing to dunk on. Maybe he'll take a Ganon fall, and I can laugh about that. Maybe.
And so the big key.
For those that don't know, if you come in later, Poolfloat and I are on the same league team. Mm-hmm. So I get full permission to dunk on him.
Yeah, I'm just looking in the chat to see. I don't think anyone gets 7 for the big key. There was an 8 and I see there was an 8 and I guess 6, I suppose. All right, Malkier going into desert should be a pretty quick clear since the torch has the big key. Poolfloat, we're just zooming through the gauntlet.
Well, maybe you're living the dream. Is this the last race of the evening? I'm not sure. Excalibur, you wouldn't happen to know the schedule for today, would you? I'm not actually in the Casual Boots Discord. I know, tragedy.
Let's see. No, I don't think there's any more. Nothing on the restream. This is the last one for tonight. Tomorrow, I don't know yet. I don't think they've assigned the channels yet for restream.
Oh, Rick coming in for the save. Open key sanity. 24 minutes. If I didn't have to work tomorrow, I would maybe join in on that. Maybe.
So that would be like, I'm assuming that's the full key sanity on that one, because I know some of the there are some variants that there's some modes that have some mild changes to the key sanity thing.
Well, while Pool is just making his way through GT climb and Malkier is trudging through what's left of their dungeons, why don't we take a moment and give a shout out to the runners today who are putting on a really great show for us. Let's get the shout outs in the chat if I can. I don't know if I actually. Thank you. I didn't know if I could do it or not. So shout out to the runners. Shout out to my co-com Pixcalibur. Again, I'm Jarok13. We've got Lumaga on tracking and Restream. So it's been a pretty, despite it boiling down the way it has, it's been an interesting race. Like, really, that Canis Mario location could have changed the tide really easily. It's unfortunate that it didn't. It would have been really fun to see Pool scramble to find it. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, we can ask him after. It's like, okay, so let's say if the big key was on the right side, what would he have done next? I'm kind of curious. Oh, he would have full cleared as much of the basement as possible.
Oh yeah, he would have done like the whole basement, hoping it was there. GFE, I have no idea. I don't know either. Every casual boot seat I ever run is not this fast. Yeah. So clearly what I'm seeing is Pool Float has to run the casual boot seat week of League and not me. Because he's just lucky.
Pool Float zooming through Aga. Two there, and I think I saw like Aga was just all three of them lined up. I was like, you really want to make the seed that much faster? You're just handing everything over. It's just all on a silver platter here. No geometry needed. It's just all straight line.
Yeah, no, this has been a crazy seed for Pool Float. I gotta say, he must be feeling really good. If he doesn't, then I would be shocked. Like, everything he's decided has worked out in his favor.
We have a yoga mission chat. Wasn't it his seed?
Yes, it was his seed. That was like a sub hour.
We were talking about that one.
We were talking about you, Gilga. I'm sorry. So if your ears were burning, it was my fault.
Pool float ready on phase 3.
Yeah, Buttersword just makes such quick work of Ganon. Like, it's not even funny. Oh, Malkier going into Hookless Swamp. Oh dear.
That's not gonna be good.
That feels not great.
That's gonna be a double dip there. Again, yeah, as you mentioned, Graveyard Ledge is just not a good check.
It's such a crummy location, and it just worked out for Pool Float in his routing, the way he was able to route things. Why are you going for the torch glitch, dude? You don't need the torch glitch!
He's going for insurance here. I mean, he's got potions. I know he's bought potions as well. Well, anyway.
You didn't need the torch glitch.
just for the insurance there. But anyway, get your GGs in chat for Pool Float.
GGs to Pool Float.
Just a very...
What is our race time?
Race time GG time 109.05. And wording a cool seed, right? Well, pretty very good for him. Just zoom through this one.
Yeah, this has been crazy. GG's to Pool Float. I don't know if Malkier's one to keep the race room open. I guess we'll find out soon. But no, it's quite the seed. Oh, jeez. Almost as fast as Gilgamesh's seed.
It was 109, and actually almost the whole inventory was full. I think the only thing we didn't know was where powder, I think maybe a bottle, and the other... No, we know all the shields. Yeah, I think it was just maybe powder and a bottle. Everything else was basically found. Oh, no, and a bug net. Okay, I guess we don't know where that is. Yes, as the SpeedGaming bot is saying, volunteers are always welcome for calming races of any of the tournaments that are currently ongoing. I think we've got Cross Keys, this Casual Boots tournament, League is coming up soon. What else we got going on? There's so many different tournaments. There's always lots of Link to the Past rando action coming on, as well as Z1 and Z2 randomizers as well. So definitely check out the schedule, and if you want to ever volunteer, the SpeedGaming Discord has lots of opportunities. If you want to restream, if you want to commentate, or want to track, be a little more behind the scenes, there's always something available. So a big shout out again to the runners for putting on a great show. And again to my co-com Pixcalibur, to Tracker Lumaga. This has been really, really great. I'm glad I got into comms again tonight. I haven't commed for like a year. So, this is fun. The nice thing with the casual booths, it's just easy to get into that. If you're doing commentary, tracking, there's not as much to do, especially with the beginning. You can take a little break. It's not like you have to start clicking all the buttons right away. It's not something like Key Sanity. You probably want a little more practice because it can get pretty hectic at times.
Oh, it looks like we may be joined by Pool in a moment. Maybe.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, see them in the Discord. See if he will join up in just a bit. And hopefully Malkier is going to the graveyard area. It's looking like it, so that will be good. Oh, okay, might just check the bumper ledge. That's fine. That had nothing on it, if I remember.
Yeah, I think it's just a red 20. So they're unfortunately last locating their... Which way are you going? Unfortunately, they're last locating the hookshot. Like I said, graveyard ledge is not a nice location because there's not really much else in the area.
Well, at least Malkier didn't dive into pendant dungeons because those were still on the table.
Yeah, they could
That
have
would have been
easily
way
gone
worse.
into TR, honestly,
Yeah,
any of them at this point.
Yeah, that could have been way worse. So at least this will be a good save there. We'll not have to go into those pendant dungeons. Because I wouldn't be surprised. There'll probably be people like they just completely forget this check, do all the other like pendant dungeons, and then truly last location this like 15 minutes, 20 minutes later. That's just really unfortunate at that point. Alright, so it's just gonna be a quick run right back into Swamp to finish things off, and on to GT. At least Malkier will be guaranteed the full 22 potential checks, so there's no uncertainty about the big key. Just looking at the stat screen, yeah, so 108, and then you feel pretty good when you have a very low collection rate. I think anything around like just over that 50% mark is like really good. You don't want seeds where you're like at 170, 180 items. I mean, unless it's like key sanity or something, but if it's like just like an open seed and you're getting like 180 items, that you know that was a pretty bad seed. Because you had to like basically go everywhere.
Okay, we could probably invite Poolfloat to come up and we can ask our questions, and while we're waiting for Malkier to finish up Swamp Palace here.
Yeah, he should be able to just join in
Yeah,
whenever
he's
he's
probably
ready.
just waiting for us to tell him it's okay to join.
It's okay. You can. We're just kind of watching. Malkier. Okay, I'm pretty sure they'll be picking up those silvers. I mean, if they went down the diver down chest. Yeah, there we go. We'll make that Ganon fight quite a ways easier.
And we're joined by Poolfloat. GG's Pool.
Thank you very much.
That was a jet seed.
Yeah, and it could have been even more jet, but I kept checking along the route just in case that key was right side.
Yeah, no, I fully figured that's what you were doing. You won't believe where it was. The Canis Samaria.
I do see my opponent has it, so I'm assuming it's probably somewhere very dumb, or I walked right past it.
No, sort of, technically.
So let's say if you didn't find the big key in GT, where would you have gone next? Like you did all of GT basement, what would you have done next?
Just because it's on the mountain, I would have gone to Spike Cave.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, other than that though, like, would you have gone back purple chest, any of the other overworld checks that you forgot, or would you be diving dungeons? I mean, Ice Rod or Ice Palace being like Ice Palace and Misery Mire being the only two that you really had access to.
I think what I probably would have done is I would have gone back and I probably would have finished Overworld. I would have, since I never got over... My plan when I found Hookshot was to go all the way over to Catfish and then Mirror and finally do Zora. So I probably would have gone, just because it was open from like 10 minutes in, I probably would have gone to Zora area in case there was an early one waiting.
That's reasonable.
No, that makes sense, but it would have been wrong. So, it was a Pyramid Fairy.
Okay, alright, and that... So, what I would have done, most likely, is I would have almost certainly done the Zora checks, and then I would have done Pyramid Fairy. The only reason I wouldn't have done it sooner is that would have then... I would have been tempted to go back in the swamp, which I don't know if you caught the extra key that I grabbed anyway. Because my original plan was thinking if it's truly go mode, I can steal the Specky key, and then I can steal the other one and skip the key at the very end. But then as I'm saying to myself at the end, I'm like, wait a minute, if I have to come back to swamp and go left side, I'll have to go all the way to the back of the dungeon in order to get that key.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. No,
yeah,
but
so
I kind of half expected you to do Pyramid Fairy after Swamp, though. But then you did Bombo's Tablet instead.
And I mean that would have made sense. In my mind when I finished, because originally, I fluted. I was going to do Swamp, but I accidentally fluted, I was going to do Desert, but I accidentally fluted wrong. So I'm like, no, wait, I want to do, whatever. I mixed up the two I fluted to the wrong spot. And so then I was like, you know what, let's just do dungeons, because I figured this way, go do it, treat it as if it's go mode, but just, check along the route. And then honestly, Pyramid Fairy, with the exception of, a small number of games for me personally, it almost never pays off. So I'm trying to get out of the habit of checking it, because it would always just be disappointment for me.
No, that makes sense.
I think you still would have had a Pyramid Ledge as well, so they would have added another check onto that. So at least would have given 3 checks of density. But yeah, if it's just isolated Pyramid Fairy, that's hard to go back to unless it's basically be a last location.
Yeah.
No, it seemed like the way you routed really worked out in your favor, because you went to pod first. And Malkier didn't. So their kind of overworld exploration was a lot more broken than yours. So you were able to just smoothly go throughout the overworld.
Yeah, I think for me... sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say it really worked out in your favor, that's all.
Yeah, like, as the items were showing up, and my mind's like, go to Hera, get up there. And I'm like, wait a minute, but I have a beatable Eastern, and, I hadn't seen Dark World yet, so I had a decent shot that it was going to be a pendant pod, and I might have been able to skip it. So I'm like, let's just get a beatable Eastern, a logically beatable Eastern out of the way. And then I'm like, all right, so I did that, then Hera, then I'm glad I did, because then I found everything I needed on the mountain to be able to pop into the
yeah,
Dark
what
World.
did you think of that Paradox Cave?
Petition to rename to New Hype Cave?
that was probably... that might be like the most loaded Paradox Cave I've ever seen. I've never seen where like practically everything was useful in there. So it was, I believe, a couple of 300s, like 2 of them, Fire Rod, a sword,
Moon Pearl.
Yep.
Moon Pearl, glove, flippers.
everything. That was stacked. And I mean, Kakariko was pretty stacked to begin with. Like, you guys got quite a bit. Just, and like I said, your routing of the Dark World just seemed to cement your lead just the further you went on. And that's nothing with what Malkier did isn't necessarily wrong. It's just in this instance, rando gonna rando, and they didn't get the items that you did. That's just how rando is.
Yeah. And that's the problem with this mode. When it opens up so early, it's so easy to make the wrong decision. Just because, oh, that was nice splash damage. It's so easy to make the wrong decision because you have so much open. And usually I'm the king of making wrong decisions, so I have a little bit of experience there.
Yeah, I was mentioning to chat that I had like 0 chance to dunk on you at all, and I was really looking forward to that.
Oh, come on. You could have gotten me for those terrible mimics in GT and the GT climb.
No, the only thing I really dunked on was that you went for torch glitch when you really didn't have to.
Yeah, I was hoping, because he was showing some weird patterns, so I was hoping that torch glitch would have helped to pause him in a certain way, that it would have just been easier to get like a double or triple on him. So I figured maybe it would do something.
Yeah, so routing through when you did like Village of Outcasts, I think you did at least part of the Smith chain first. I don't think you did the whole. You didn't do purple chest, I believe. But then when you started routing upward, you did Thieves Town, Skull Woods. Then you just kind of routed all the way to the right. The rest of the stuff just kind of fell in place because I got the hook shot and routing over to the right side. I actually hookshot you, but I think you just stopped at that point. You might have done King's Tomb and then just stopped and I think went to Swamp after that.
Yeah, and I did King's Tomb just because it's light world. It's not hard to get to, especially with a sank start. But with not wanting to save and quit, it's like, what? Let's take the 15 seconds. Let's check it now and just because the only thing that was on my mind at that point was to do whatever I can that is like, if it doesn't cost me more than 2 or 3 seconds to make a check in path, then I was going to do it, because I know there's not a lot of checks on right side GT, but as Jared could confirm from the a lot of the casual seats we play, that key loves being on the right side whenever I'm playing. So I was playing a little risky, but also like as safe as you could while still being risky.
Yeah, I mean, only missing the Canis Samaria. At least that knocks out Turtle Rock. That you're never gonna need to go in there, like, ever. So at least that knocks out one big dungeon. And then we still have like Ice and Mire could take up some time. But I think, as you said, you were probably just gonna clean up Overworld. So yeah, you would have done Zora, you would have done Pyramid after, because of three checks there. You go after the density, and eventually you would have just found that the Canis Samaria at that point.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, overall, I'm very happy with how I routed. I mean, this is a new PB for me in casual boots. I think prior to this, my fastest was, I think I was at a 1:16 and change, something like that. So I'm definitely happy with that. Yeah, I mean, this was a really enjoyable seat to play. It didn't really feel like it had too many gotchas in it.
Yeah, your record was that much. You've cut off quite a number of minutes.
Yeah, no, this is like I said, other than the seed that Gilga ran the other day that he got from Moo Cow and Doom Tab, this is one of the fastest casual boots I've ever seen.
Yeah, I didn't see that race, but I saw the race room, and I was like, oh my god.
And it was fast.
It was, what, 51 minutes or 53 minutes? Something like that.
I can't remember. I don't know if Gilga's still in chat, but Gilga ran it after, and it was under an hour.
Eh.
Alright, Malkier taking down Aga 2, and gonna be heading on into their Ganon fight. Which, do they have Butter Sword? I don't think so. Did they get Butter?
No, he didn't go into Hookshot Cave.
Right, so, but it'll still be pretty quick. Tempered Ganon is...
Yeah, tempered silvers are fine. At least you got
12,
the silvers from...
12 slashes each stage, and then for stage 1 and 2. Probably going to grab that fairy out of the tree just to be safe. Oh, come on, fairy. The fairy likes to be rude sometimes. Yep, there he goes.
That's just trollage. Come on. That's just rude there.
Yeah, that fairy can sometimes just not cooperate. Okay. There we go. Cooperated that time. Ganon giving us our facts of the day.
Yeah, at least this is not being done with a Master Sword, because that's just really bad to get through the first 2 phases.
Yeah. It's not fun for even seasoned runners.
Because I believe it's 12 spins.
24, I believe.
To get to the first 2 phases.
Oh, yeah,
it's
it's
12. Phase 4
12,
is 24.
24, yeah, 24 in phase 4.
Yeah.
Which
yeah,
nobody ever wants to do.
No, you pretty much have to bring potions, you got a torch glitch, you got to get all that in place, because otherwise,
Careful. Careful.
Pretty much have to do like triples, and I don't even know how these runners, some of the very like expert players are just doing effortlessly doing triple spins on Ganon.
A lot of
time.
practice. A lot of practice.
Ooh, gotta think the torch right there just barely hanging on.
Nice double there. Almost. Could you imagine if, like, Mirror sent you back to the top of GT?
Oh, no. Oh.
Oh, the recoil.
Yeah, because I'm thinking with that, with the recoil, I think when you get hit by those bats, you don't want to move.
Yeah, you want to get your hands off the D-pad. And it's really hard. Trust me, I've fallen to Ganon many times myself. And I as a runner, you're like, seriously, I can't believe I forgot to let go again. But in the heat of the moment, you're just like, oh no, I gotta think of my next move. So a lot of the times it's just muscle memory, like you're just automatically being like, I gotta press up. But if you don't know, getting hit by a fire bat reverses your controls. So by pressing up, they actually press down. So unfortunately, the pattern is going to be different this time for Phase 3. So we could have a little more friendly, which means less warps, or we could have a gajillion warps, which I've seen. Those kind of fights suck. You're just standing there forever waiting for him to calm down. And
yeah, I've heard of like 30, 40, 50 warps. I think I had I know I saw one that was like at least 20 something. It was like 10, 15 times in a row. It's like come on, Ganon, stop moving. Stop just flying around the place.
I'm trying to think if they have a potion. I don't know if they do. I hope they do. They're taking their Phase 2 carefully, which is good. Should be just about there.
Imagine having a Ganon full on Master Sword Silverless. Imagine doing that. That's
I've done it. It sucks.
So
0 out of 10 stars.
It feels so bad at that point.
Oh, no. And here we go. Warp Happy Ganon.
So maybe getting Torch Glitch might help here. You know about it? Yeah, there we go.
No. Okay, they do have a bottle. Woo.
Okay, so go for that blue potion. Okay, just take your time here. No need to rush this.
I know what they're going through. It's the end. You're like, especially if they don't have the race room open, they might be like thinking like, you know what? Anybody who races, it tends to just kind of get to you. You get the shakes, things like that. Oh, and there we go.
Okay.
GG's to Malkier. Now they just gotta cross the hardest bridge in the game. I have seen people fall. I've seen it.
And that's like just such a tragedy to just fall off. It's like, come on, you got through all this stuff and that 1x3 bridge gets you.
Yeah, I think I watched Willard J. Bradley fall, and I was like giggling, but also like, oh my god, that feels so bad. But yeah, get your GGs in chat for Malkier. They closed it out. What do we got for an official race time? 1:34:04.
Yeah, recent GG, yeah.
Oh, they finished a little early. That's okay. But GG's to Malkier. I don't know if they're gonna join for comms. Have they been? They should have been invited, potentially.
I see them. I see them in the setup. So.
Perfect.
So they can join in anytime.
GG's Malkier.
Thank you. Thank you for the commentary. Thank you for tracking them up. And GG pool. Well played, my friend. Awesome time.
GG's. Yes, this was a fun seed.
It was fun until I couldn't find the hook shot, and I go looking around for it. But the first 50 minutes, I felt good.
Yeah,
Hook shot was my
honestly,
go mode.
it was crazy. You, Malkier, got that Canis Amaria, which we thought was going to be quite an advantage for you because poolfloat didn't get it. If the GT big had been on right side GT, then it could have swung a completely different way.
And then I failed again because I sneezed, so that was a great.
Oh no! Allergy season.
Nah, just rogue sneeze, and then I was like, "Oh crap, I'm falling!" And, oh crap!
Yeah, but you clinched it out, and you got your revenge. That's what matters.
That's all in all a pretty easy seed. I really didn't have too much problem. I did take that one death in Thieves because I was going too quick and I wasn't watching my health when I was going the spike room. But
Yeah, that room can get a lot of people. But I think you did a really good run. You're definitely getting better. Like I said earlier, chat, Malkier and I were in the mentor tournament together, and we actually had a couple games against each other, and it was a lot of fun.
I've only been playing for like a month and a half, so
yeah, you're doing a lot better than I did at a month and a half.
I mean, you really got a lot of the lines down. At least this seed was actually pretty generous. Didn't even need to dive into a pendant. Actually, no pendant dungeons. So
yeah,
at least
didn't
it helped
touch a single
isolate
one.
some of that. Yeah, isolate some of that stuff. So it's a good thing you did the graveyard ledge because from hookshot from go mode, it started to become a little tempting. Some people could actually start diving pendants because it's density checks. But you decide, you know what, I'm just going to go for the overworld. Yeah, go for that isolated graveyard ledge check, which paid off.
Yeah, so what my plan was to do the 3 overworld checks I had up in the north, and then go do the Smith Chain and do that. Then if I didn't have it, I was going to go into Ice Palace.
Yeah, I think you didn't make any inherently wrong decisions in terms of routing. It just so happens that the route that poolfloat chose had a lot smoother transitions into the items because he went to pod first versus you went to Vu first. So that was really the main difference in terms of routing.
Yeah, and at the start of the seed, I forgot Bonkonks was a thing, and thankfully I did go back.
Yeah, we were kind of really worried about that for a bit.
No, I saw it right after I ran by it, and I was like, well, I'll just go get it at my next save. And then I was like, okay, well, that would have sucked if I didn't go back. But I did notice it, but I was already halfway to the village at that point. And I was like, yeah, I'll just go back in a minute.
Yeah, I don't think it really cost too much since you had the flute by that point, but you could just warp wherever, so not a big deal there.
Yeah, but GG pool, well played. That was a quick seed for you. Awesome job, man.
Man, thank you. This was actually this was a PB for me in casual boots by a couple of minutes. It felt really good. They're really one of the things I was talking about while we were watching your climb was the problem with this kind of seed is it opened up so quickly that it was very easy to potentially make a very poor routing choice, which neither one of us did because we both have very respectable times for casual boots. It's just there was the potential for this to go very wrong, but we was mentioned earlier, we both avoided the trap of pendant dungeons.
Yeah, any seed I don't have to go into Turtle Rock is a good seed in my mind. So I will gladly avoid Turtle Rock.
So, Malkier, so just curious, what did you think of that? The Paradox Cave, the loot, the bunch of stuff in there. Because I mean, I've never seen a Paradox Cave that loaded before. So, what did you think when you saw all that stuff come out of there?
I was glad I went up north before I did the southern coast because that kind of helped me out going through the rest of the night seed. And usually I'll do the south coast first, but I had the flute early, so I figured I can go up to do a crystal dungeon, knock out hair, and then at the paradox, and they had like as you said, a load of stuff. So I think that was a heck of a paradox game for sure.
Okay, so anybody have any more comments, or we think we're kind of ready to wrap things up for the evening?
Just GG pool, well played, and I will see you guys on the next tournament. I am finished after this one. This is my swan song, so it was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, we'll see you around, I'm sure. Lots of racing to be had all over. Lots of tournaments are always coming up. Everybody can't get enough of Link to the Past Rando. So GG's to you both. And again, shout out to the runners. Give them a follow, please, and thank you. And shout outs to Lumaga, my co-com Pixcalibur. And again, keep a lookout on the schedule for any upcoming races. I believe this was it for the night, but Adirondack Rick said there is an open key sanity going on one of the other Speed Gaming channels. So you can definitely go check that out too if you've really got an itch for another rando race. So we'll see you guys all next time. Have a good night, everybody.
All right, take care, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.